Hey guys, how's it going? This is Natinator. Just an apology in advance. This reading might be a little hushed. I've been working hard at uni and I'm recording this in the middle of the night because I wanted to upload something since it's been a while. Anyway, let's continue on with Faith's Game. So as always, turn out the lights, get comfortable, and let the story continue. The fourth day. April 16th, 2014. Maybe I should consider spirits here at the asylum. I saw some creepy-ass stuff today. It started when I woke up. I haven't got a week of sleep since I got here, and all of a sudden I fall asleep while working on a piece of artwork. I guess I did a bit more in my sleep than just art, because when I woke, my web browser was up. I don't remember, but apparently I was Googling pictures of Kirby characters. A Google image search of Marks was up. I closed it out and got my stuff together. Now that I have new batteries, it was the mission of the day to get more footage. When I made it back to the nursery and set up my equipment, Faith didn't barrage me with pleas to play her game like she normally did. She openly sees me as a friend now, and even apologized for the day she said she didn't like me. We resumed our usual playtime, only today I tried to make the documentary count. Between our activities, I asked her meaningful questions. Do you like it here? It's okay. Do they treat you good? Yeah. What about the other children? They're fine now. What's your favorite thing to do? Play my game. What do you like most about your game? The other kids like it too, sometimes. How high can you count? To 20. Can you count for me, please? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's really good. Can you read too? I can read stuff on my game a little. He helps me read. Who helps you read? My friend. One of the boys? Yeah. Can you point to him? That's when I finally got the gist of what was going on. When she pointed at nothing. So that's it. She had an imaginary friend. This was the friend that was talking to her. That was the friend who told her to pull her hair out. It all made sense. There are plenty of schizophrenic cases that involved imaginary friends, since patients have trouble identifying what's real and what's not. I finally worked a goal out in my head. She's probably to the point where she channels her thoughts through to her friend. She uses him as an excuse to justify things like pulling out her hair. I finally figured it out. I asked her to tell me more about her friend. She told me he was very nice to her, even before when the other kids found her weird. He was always coming up with goofy ideas, and he was always hungry. He loved her very much. Even when she made friends, he stayed with her. He liked it when she made friends. She even told me that he liked me a lot. That was good news. At least that way, I know even in her subconscious, she considered me a friend. I've gained her trust. But then she said, "He thinks you're useful." I wasn't sure what that meant. Maybe she knows I'm helping her. With that, I knew I had to push the boundaries. With some persuasion on the nurse's behalf, given I was Faith's current guardian, I took her out. Allowing her DS to tag along, I took Faith across campus. I knew this was the first time in so long that she had seen sunlight. She was scared to even step out the front door, as though the asphalt road was going to swallow her. When we got out there, she began covering her eyes and complaining about the sun. I thought fast, and she went the rest of the day wearing my sunglasses. By the time we reached the dorms where my car was, she was riding on my shoulders. It had been such a long time since she walked so far, stuck in that nursery. I let her down and opened the trunk of my car. It still had a lot of supplies I had planned on taking for spring break. I took out a soccer ball that I hadn't messed with for years. Careful not to startle her, I carefully rolled the ball over in her direction. Putting her DS carefully to the side, she picked it up. First thing, she squeezed it. "It's not soft," she said excitedly. "It's not puffy." I showed her how to play soccer, how to kick the ball around with the inside of your foot, how to aim where you wanted it to go. We even used the space under my car as a goal, which wasn't really well thought out considering every time she got it under there, I had to crawl under to fish it out. The excitement of the new game fueled her, and we played until the sky turned gold. I've really grown fond of her. I almost can't believe why she's here in the first place. Around me, she's a person, not a number, not a patient, not a case. She's a child, like all the children I've seen before her. I came here to make a documentary, but I think Waters was right. I'm here for another reason. "So," I said once we were out of breath, laying on the lush campus grass, "what did your friend think of that?" Faith smiled. She was enjoying the fact that I was including her friend more. "He had fun watching us. He likes it when I'm happy, and he likes games." She had grabbed her DS and joined me on the ground. She took off my sunglasses and gave them back, claiming it was dark enough now for her eyes. I laid there, drifting off somewhat. She began rocking back and forth again as she looked up at the sky. She'd always been so straightforward and pushy about it before, but this time it was like she was nervous. When I opened my eyes again, she waved her DS above my face. You, she said tentatively. "You want to play the game?" I sat up, not really sure what to do this time. I'd rejected her so many times out of fear, but now I'm not scared anymore. I trust her completely. So I grabbed my laptop and brought up the DS capture program I used in my days as a YouTuber, and found among my bag of tricks the USB to hook the DS to my computer. I wasn't sure why I felt the need to record it, but I'm glad I did. I guess I wanted to find a place for it in the documentary, though I'm not really sure where it would fit. I just wanted to make her happy. Looking back on this part of my notes is painful. If only I knew how this simple act was going to turn my world upside down. What the hell was I thinking? I guess it doesn't matter anymore. All that matters is that I finally played the game. When I booted up the system, it immediately went to Milky Way wishes. It startled me a bit at first. A bit creepy. It didn't even show the title screen. But whatever. The stage already looked near completed, the planets having already been visited. I guess Faith had done it for me. I started recording, and headed for the galactic nova. There, I watched a cutscene I'd seen time and time again. The dialogue was a bit different from what I remember. I never completed the entire game myself. The true arena stage is brutal, so I couldn't be sure. It was when the cutscene was over that caught my attention. It skipped across the mission where I had to take out Nova and went straight to the next cutscene. Odd. It looked like I was fighting Mark straight away. Sadly, I only had the bomb ability, which I sucked at. I scrambled around a few minutes, trying to remember all I could, before the game glitched out. I sat there, a bit dumbfounded, and listened to the strange noise coming out of the speakers. It sounded a lot like the sounds my old Game Boy Color made when a cartridge was taken out before turning it off. Unlike my Game Boy, the DS wouldn't turn off for the longest while. It was a full minute before it finally cut off on its own. Then it got really strange when I handed it back to Faith. "Sorry, Faith. I think it's broken." "No, it's not," she said, before turning it right back on, the system starting up perfectly like it should have in the first place. Afterward, I took her back to the nursery. I gave her a ride in my car the short way, since both of our feet ached. She'd never ridden in a car before, she told me, and bounced in the seat the whole way. When we walked inside, I immediately noticed that the hall leading to the right, the men's wing, was blocked off with sliding metal bars and police tape. 2 security guards belonging to the hospital itself stood on watch. I asked them what happened. One shrugged. "Not sure. Some incident in the male wing. Even if we did know, we don't have the authority to tell you. And quite honestly, I don't think I would even want to know." But I wanted to know. When I looked down the corridor through the iron bars, I wasn't sure what emotions were supposed to run by me. A door was ripped off its hinges. Lights were busted and flickering. A winding trail trickled down the linoleum and onto the opposite wall. There, though it was carved into the concrete with a knife, dripping with fresh blood. "You will believe in me." I turned Faith away before she could look at it. I could barely look at it. The guard was right. As much as I would like to know what happened in there, I would much rather walk away and never see it again. The metallic stench was already assaulting my sensitive nose. I hurried Faith down to the nursery and dropped her off for the day. Before I left, the woman that once attacked me, the medium's sister, called out to me. "Please," she cried. "I'm sorry. You need to leave, child. You need to leave now." I let her mutter. When I came back to my dorm, I opened my computer and played back the footage I captured from Faith's DS. I listened to the sound toward the end. They were just too odd. I searched up the dialogue for that particular cutscene as well. I was right, in that it wasn't correct. where Marx should have said, "Well, I want to rule all of Popstar." Instead it read, "Well, well, I was wondering when you'd show up." This is some scary stuff right here. The game does look a bit screwed up though. I'm gonna go ahead and give it the benefit of the doubt. In the meantime, I'm sending the video to a buddy of mine out in California. After playing the recording over and over, I concluded there's something off about the background noise. It sounds too rhythmic to be static. I'm hoping my friend can help me find out what that's all about. She works the soundboards for big movie deals like DreamWorks and Sony Entertainment. Hopefully, she can play with it and find something out.